please, are you ready? Garvit, please start your introduction.
My name is Garvit Anand. I am a third-year student of the Department of Chemical Engineering, enrolled in its dual degree course.
Please sit down. Please sit down. Please sit down. Please be seated. Please be seated. Please be seated. Please be seated. Start.
I am from Surat, Gujarat. I am a folder of Radha Krishnan Hall of Residence. I am contesting for the post of Vice President, Technology Students in Ghana, Indian Institute of Technology, Kharagpur, for the academic session 2019-2020.
Any questions on introduction? Panelists, any questions on introduction?
Dr. Sarvepalli Radhakrishnan was a receptor of which award?
I might like to request you to keep the questions specific to my introduction. Dr. Sarvepalli Radhakrishnan was the person whose remembrance Radhakrishnan Hall of Residence was named, and I feel that this information is sufficient for me to know.
Garvit,
Okay,
you should know the award that the person whose hall is named after you. You should know the award that person has got. So kindly tell us and enlighten us if you know or just say no.
Sir, I do not think that knowing or not knowing the award that Dr. Sarvepalli Radhakrishnan has received in any way affects my candidature for the post of Vice President, Technology Students in Ghana. Okay, sir?
We had a follow.
Radhakrishnan Hall of You mentioned Radhakrishnan Hall of Residence in your introduction, and if we are asking a question on that person, don't you think it is relevant? Either you shouldn't have mentioned that hall or you should know about it. So that is why it is relevant to your introduction, let me tell you.
Ma'am, to be eligible to contest for the post of Vice President, Technology Students in Ghana, every candidate must be a part of the general body, for which he or she must be attached to a hall of residence. And I clearly mentioned that I am attached to Radha Krishnan Hall of Residence for the very same purpose.
Not a question, Garvit. Basically, you are saying that you have mentioned your hall of residence just because it is eligible and you do not know nothing about Sarvepalli Radhakrishnan. Not a question, you can say.
Follow. Any more?
I'd like to you to not form opinions on the answer that I am saying and impose them on the general body.
Any more questions on introduction?
Okay, Garvit, I have a genuine doubt regarding the format of the introduction. Why is it that not a candidate mentioned their CGPA?
Please sit down.
Is it because some candidates like me have a no CGPA? They might find it embarrassing to mention it in the introduction.
Please.
Audience, we cannot hear anything that the candidate is speaking.
Hello, audience, please sit up. Please be seated. Please be seated. This way we cannot run the show. Please be seated.
Please be silent. Please be silent. Be silent. Please silent.
Okay, Garvit, why don't the candidates mention their CGPA introduction? It is because some candidates like you who have a low CGPA might find it embarrassing to mention it on a public platform. Sir, the fact that I am standing here contesting for the post of Vice President, Technology Students in Ghana means that I have a CGPA greater than 6.7, and it has been deemed fixed by the organization that it is not a low CGPA.
questioning the panelists. Do not question your candidature. Nobody has ever questioned your candidature. We are just asking you questions that things you have not mentioned. Nobody is questioning your candidature, okay? So please do not mention that in your answer. Not a question.
Sure, sir. It was mentioned in the question that it is a poor CGPA. And I was clarifying that the CGPA has been deemed fit by the competent authorities.
Please.
Audience, please be seated. We cannot run this. So, audience, unless you sit, so will not start. What panel is asking the question? The candidate. Please be seated.
Once you are done, please let us know. Please let us know once you are done. Do let us know when to start once you are done. Everyone present over there, please I request you to sit down. Please, people over there, be silent. Any more personal introduction?
Garvit, your home city is Surat. Can you name the single business for which it is famous?
The city of Surat is famous for a lot of traditions and cultures, be it the Navratra that is held every year, or its holy dance Garba, and a lot many things.
I am asking the name of business for which it is famous.
Do you mean to say instance?
Industry name.
So the city of Surat is famous for the textile and diamond industry.
Any more questions on intro? Garvit, please start your SOP.
One follow-up to this. Garvit, you mentioned your hometown maybe because it has helped in developing your holistic personality. So why didn't you answer to this that it is not relevant to your introduction, knowing about Surat?
One question at a time. Please, one question at a time.
Sir, I have lived in Surat for a while and this is basic information. Whereas knowing the certificates and the awards that Dr. Sarvapalli Radhakrishnan has received is not basic information and I am not keen to know that.
We are moving ahead with SOP. Garvit, please start your SOP. Please start. No more questions. Please start your SOP. No more questions.
Technology students in Khana is a person who must be a charismatic leader covered with prolific communication and decision-making skills. And I believe I have it in me what it takes to fill in these shoes. Apart from this, the drive and willingness to serve the student community is one of the key factors when looking for the right candidate. And that is also my prime reason for contesting for this post. For the past 3 years, I have been an integral part of entrepreneurship cell IIT Kharagpur. Whose main aim is to foster the spirit of entrepreneurship inside the campus and beyond. During my first year as a Global Entrepreneurship Summit intern, I was responsible for publicizing GES 2017 in Delhi NCR region. I successfully managed a participation of a contingent of 110 individuals and was also successful in getting 13 media articles published in renowned media bodies including the likes of the Times of India, Hindustan Times and the Tribune. As an associate member, I was responsible for the conduction of the first ever edition of Entrepreneurship Awareness Drive, Surat, co-leading a team of 14 campus ambassadors. And the event different colleges across the state of Gujarat. As a part of the event team, I was responsible for ensuring the presence of 5 eminent guest speakers at Global Entrepreneurship Summit 2018. During my tenure as a senior manager, I made substantial contributions to 2 major facets, namely finance and logistics and startup and alumni relations. I was successful in managing an overall budget of 53 lakh rupees. And was also successful in reducing the total expenditure of Global Entrepreneurship Summit 2019 by a margin of 27%. Bringing on board a multitude of associations, including travel and hospitality partners, worth 7 lakh rupees. Under Startup and Alumni Relations, Innovation Conclave was started with an aim to capitalize on the commercial potential of the research projects going on inside the campus. And it received participation from 40 teams from various departments, centers and schools. With the winner of the campus round getting a cash prize of 25,000 rupees and proceeding to IIT Gandhinagar for the finals. Apart from this, Kharagpur Angel Network for the first time opened its doors for sister Indian Institutes of Technology with a pool of 41 investors. Under my supervision, the first ever edition of Kharagpur Angel Network Gurgaon was held, in which 3 out of the 5 shortlisted startups got funding opportunities worth rupees 1.7 crores. The driving force behind my journey with Entrepreneurship Cell IIT Kharagpur has been my keenness to understand the startup ecosystem. Motivated by the same, I've been working on a B2B agri-tech project of mine, Tillagers. My team, under my captaincy, emerged as the runners-up of the Hunt Prize on-campus round and was subsequently presented with an opportunity.
Vishal.
you are not sitting there, I am going to stop it here. I am seriously telling it, I will stop it here.
Please be seated. At least listen to his SOP, then he can cheer, right? Let the panelists listen so that they can ask questions. Please, sir.
The driving force behind my journey with entrepreneurship at IIT Kharagpur has been my keenness to understand the startup ecosystem. Motivated by the same, I have been working on a B2B agri-tech project of mine, Tillagers. My team, under my captaincy, emerged as the runners-up of the Hunt Prize on-campus round. And subsequently was presented with an opportunity to represent the institute on an international forum by qualifying for the regionals to be conducted in Cairo, Egypt. At the end of my second year, I received an internship offer from Bloom Ventures, one of India's most accomplished venture capital firms with a capital management of $150 million plus and a portfolio of 130 plus startups. During my stay at IIT Kharagpur, I've also been an active part of Technology Dance Society. Representing the institute at various cultural fests, including the likes of Rendezvous and Garvit, which are the cultural fests of Indian Institute of Technology, Delhi, and Indian Institute of Management, Calcutta. I was a part of the bronze winning group dance team of Spring Fest 2017 and the silver winning group dance team of Kharagpur 2018. My cultural prowess is also exhibited by the fact that I've been a part of 2 consecutive inter-IT cultural meets. I was a part of the silver winning street dance team of the recently concluded edition held at Roorkee. I am currently serving as the vice captain of the choreography team of Radha Krishnan Hall of Residence. And I have played a pivotal role in the bronze winning inter-hall choreography for the last 2 consecutive years. Another activity that I have invested a lot of time in during my stay at IIT Kharagpur is oration and public speaking. I emerged as the winner of Open IT Debate 2018 and also bagged an individual silver at Inter-Hall Debate 2018. I have also been the part of the presentation teams of the gold winning Rangoli and bronze winning illumination of Radha Krishnan Hall of Residence for the academic session 2017, 2018 and 2018-2019. To top it all, Radha Krishnan Hall of Residence winning the General Championship Social and Cultural after a span of 5 years in the academic session 2017-2018. My diverse background, ranging from my organizational abilities to my cultural involvements, along with my corporate attainments, inculcate in me the character, wisdom and grit required to represent the best interests of the student community at every stage and in every domain. promise to work meticulously and serve the student community to the best of my ability.
We start the questions.
You had mentioned that you had taken part in different hall activities, right? I want to have a genuine discussion and your opinion on this matter. If a person, a student from IT campus is from different halls, the hall budget of different halls are different, right? I think, I'm just assuming you know this. So, it doesn't depend on the border, on which hall is allotted and what hall, budget is imposed on it, right? If you become the vice president, how can you normalize this dispute and normalize the hall budget issue that many students are facing?
Sir, first of all, I believe that the results of any event that a hall of residents takes part in are dependent on the involvement and the grit shown by the voters of that hall and not the hall budget. Other than that, I'd like to take into account the point of view of all the Senate members regarding this and factor it in if elected as the Vice President of Technology Students in Ghana.
Garvit, as everyone here has witnessed, and it was very much evident from the soap of Anand that he was removed from ESL because of his desire to contest for VP. So can you accept in front of the entire KGB community that because of your sole desire to contest for VP, Anand had to be removed from ESL?
I'd like to request you to not comment on matters that you are not aware of. The team composition of all the classes that I Kharagpur for any specific year is decided by the seniors and with only one point in mind, which is the betterment of all the initiatives that come under the purview of Entrepreneurship Cell IIT Kharagpur. And it has got nothing to do with the personal aspirations of any team member.
Garvit, I agree with your answer, but all of us present here already know that this has happened before as well. One of the co-panelists is an example of that. So how can you justify with that particular answer that this particular thing has not happened inside yourself?
Sir, as I mentioned earlier, the very same people who select us in the team of Entrepreneurship Cell IIT Kharagpur are responsible for an expulsion in any case. And with only one point in mind, which is the betterment of all the initiatives that come under the umbrella of Entrepreneurship Cell IIT Kharagpur.
Garvit, I have a follow. Garvit, why?
Please continue your question.
Garvit, why is this trend only found in Entrepreneurship Cell IIT Kharagpur that when a candidate is willing to contest for the vice president, and if the so-called seniors and the people who make God of themselves, they are not willing to do that. They are removed from the Entrepreneurship Cell IIT Kharagpur.
Excuse me. Sir, I'd like to request you to not defame any society or an organization.
I am not defaming any society. I am just saying the incidents that has happened. I am just stating the incidents that has happened in the near past.
Let him answer. Please answer.
For your words are indirectly defaming the organization.
I am
Entrepreneurship Cell IIT.
defending my words and your words.
Let me complete my answer.
Please.
There is no as such tradition according to which a candidate with aspirations is removed from Entrepreneurship Cell IIT Kharagpur. There have been a lot of candidates from the past that have contested from Entrepreneurship Cell IIT Kharagpur and were not removed. And there is only one reason for the expulsion or selection of any member in Entrepreneurship Cell IIT Kharagpur, which is the betterment of the initiatives that come under the umbrella of Entrepreneurship Cell IIT Kharagpur for one last time. Garvit, no more dialogue in this. No further. First of all, I feel very proud that a member like you thinks so much about an organization that he belongs to. I'm very proud. Secondly, for my esteemed panelist who is my companion, let me read it out. What expands?
You can answer the panelist later. This is to ask questions, Garvit. You are not to discuss among yourselves.
The panelists can have a discussion afterwards. Let's focus on the question.
Because it defames a particular organization of this institute.
Sir, I believe it can be done after the statement of purpose.
I am not doing anything. I am not doing anything.
Mittal, we can do this after. Please focus on asking questions.
Garvit,
Please focus on asking questions.
you said in your statement of purpose that you have been a part of entrepreneurship cell for the past 3 years and the students work for all the initiatives. Can you please tell me what is the process if a student wants to leave entrepreneurship cell? A student who is a member of entrepreneurship, what is the process if he wants to leave entrepreneurship cell?
Sir, if a student is willing to leave entrepreneurship cell IT Kharagpur, he or she needs to discuss the issue with the seniors above him, which may be senior managers, student coordinators or student advisors, and when agreed upon mutually, he may resign from his post at entrepreneurship cell IT Kharagpur.
What is the process? How will you resign? How will you resign? What is the process? I'm asking about the process. What is the formal process?
Sir, the process of resignation will be to draft a formal mail and send it through the e-cell ID to all the student members of entrepreneurship cell IT Kharagpur who are above you in the hierarchy.
Alright, now a follow-up to this, Garvit. I have proof of a written message in which you have given your resignation to all the senior managers and all the 4th years of entrepreneurship cell because you did not agree with one of the decisions which your head took, that was of firing one of your colleagues. In addition to this, I also want to say, you said that the draft should be from the email, right? I am also aware that your personal e-cell ID Kharagpur email address is currently not working. So does this mean that you have written a resignation towards e-cell and you are still a part of e-cell? Does this mean that your words have no credibility at all? And if elected to the post of Vice President, this is the kind of behavior you will be showing towards the student community. Do you have the email address is currently not working? So does this mean that you have written a resignation towards e-cell and you are still a part of e-cell? Does this mean that your words have no credibility at all? And if elected to the post of Vice President, this is the kind of behavior you will be showing towards the student community. Do you have the candor to right now accept this on public platform that your words have zero credibility?
Sir, the fact that I am standing here as a senior manager of entrepreneurship cell IT Kharagpur is enoughly evident that I am a very important and integral member of entrepreneurship cell IT Kharagpur.
No more follow-ups. No more follow-ups. New question. You already have two follow-ups. New question.
There was only one follow-up.
We'll have new question.
New question. Please let me complete my answer. Please let me complete my answer. And secondly, my e-cell ID is currently active, so please do not comment on the facts that you are not aware of. Thirdly, please ask questions and do not form opinions without hearing out the answers. You mentioned that you conducted the first ever demo day of Kharagpur Angel Network Gurgaon, in which you said that 3 startups got funding opportunities. Can I get to know the names of those startups and their function domain? Where are they functioning currently? Sir, under my supervision, the first demo day of Kharagpur Angel Network was held in the city of Gurgaon, where 3 out of the 5 shortlisted startups got funding opportunities worth 1.7 crores. The 3 startups are EBTL, Transfin and Build Corner. Transfin is an online media body which aims at presenting the news in an unconventional way based on commerce and business specifically. EBTL is an IoT-based home electricity insurance company. And thirdly, Build Corner is a virtual reality home decoration company which aims at revolutionizing the interior decoration of the homes in the country India.
Garvit, you mentioned that you conducted EAD in Delhi in your second year, but in EAD Delhi, you conducted EAD in NCR, EAD NCR.
I conducted EAD Surat.
You conducted EAD Surat. I think you mentioned EAD Delhi in your statement of purpose.
I mentioned that I publicized Global Entrepreneurship Summit 2017-16 in Delhi NCR, and I conducted on the
Please be silent. Audience, please be silent. Please be silent. Sit down.
Garvit, why is the professor head or the professor in charge of ECEL not anywhere responsible or involved in maintaining the team of ECEL, be it selection, removal or resignation? Why is it only independently done by the students itself? Don't you think there can be certain problems regarding biasness?
Sir, the current professor head of entrepreneurship cell at Kharagpur, Professor Pranab Kumar Dal, is very much involved in the affairs of entrepreneurship cell at Kharagpur. And I myself, as the head of finance and logistics, I am the faculty interface and act as the communication link between entrepreneurship cell at Kharagpur and Professor Pranab Kumar Dal.
Garvit, I have a follow-up. Then why do we not have an official document signed by the professor for the removal of Ninad Lohakare from ECEL?
Sir, entrepreneurship cell at Kharagpur is a student body, and all the initiatives undertaken by it, along with the team composition and selection, are solely held by the seniors involved in the hierarchy.
You are not answering my question.
Sir, all I mean to say is that the professor is not involved, and that is the hierarchy that is being followed.
Garvit, how many interactive sports meets has Kharagpur hosted, and how many DPs have you contacted who were in power when a meet was hosted?
Sir, the previous interactive sports meet was hosted in IIT Kharagpur in the year 2011. Other than that, although I have not contacted the vice presidents who were there, but I have contacted the general secretary sports and games currently, and have taken sufficient information from them regarding the conduction of the upcoming interactive sports meet.
But where are the number of sports meets conducted? The number of sports meets conducted in Kharagpur. For the last year.
I am not a database, and I am not aware of the exact number that was conducted, and I do not feel that is going to affect the conduction of the upcoming interactive sports meet in any way.
Okay,
Garvit, can you please name 5 members from the interactive contingent of 2018? Along with the game.
Sir, 5 members of the interactive contingent of the previous edition would be Mr. Lokesh Reddy, being new himself athletics, Mr. Lokesh Singh, weightlifting, Mr. Abhinav Mishra, football, Mr. Piyush Goyal, hockey, and Mr. Akash Bhardwaj, Mr. Piyush Agarwal, hockey, and Mr. Akash Bhardwaj, football.
Garvit, let me correct you that Piyush Agarwal is not a part of interactive contingent. Piyush Agarwal is not a part of interactive contingent.
In that case, I'd like to name another person, Mr. Abhinav Mishra, football.
okay, Garvit, are you aware of what is UGPEC?
Sir, UGPEC is the short form for Undergraduate Program Evaluation Committee.
Garvit, do you know what is the function of UGPEC?
Sir, the UGPEC aims at evaluating and forming the curriculum and the academic affairs of all the undergraduates inside the campus.
You are wrong. Let me clarify you. The sole function of UGPEC is to approve the proposal that is going to be discussed in the Senate. And as if you are contesting for the VP and if you will be elected, there are very few students who are the member of the Institute Senate, and I think it is very much necessary for a vice presidential candidate to know what is the function of UGPEC. This is not a question. You need not answer. This was just a personal comment from my esteemed panelist. You need not answer. This was not a question.
Garvit, you want to ask?
Garvit,
Why hasn't the entrepreneurship cell IIT Kharagpur ever hired a PG or RS member when it has been functioning for the last 10+ years? Why hasn't it ever hired a PG or RS member?
Sir, Entrepreneurship Cell IIT Kharagpur constantly arranges and provides for activities which improve the involvement of postgraduate and research scholar students inside the campus. And one of the activities...
Let him complete the answer.
And one of the activities, Innovation Conclave, has been mentioned in my statement of purpose itself, which aims at commercializing on the research potential of the various projects going on inside the campus.
Very clear, Garvit, Anand. Even I was a part of ECEL and I have never seen a PG or RS registration. Is it a failure on your part that there has been no PG or RS registration for your selections?
Considering that you are a senior of mine and you have yourself said that you have been a part of entrepreneurship,
but you have failed. I will let you complete the answer. I have a second follow-up, please. You were the senior manager. You had to ensure that there was PG and RS participation. You did not ensure that. Why?
First of all, I am the senior manager, heading finance and...
How do you did not ensure?
Let him complete the answer. Panelists, let him complete the answer.
You did not ensure the participation.
Panelists, let him complete the answer, please.
Let me complete my answer.
You did not ensure the participation.
I believe let him complete the answer. Panelists, let him complete the answer. Please.
Sir, it was during my tenure that Innovation Conclave was started, which aims at improving the involvement of postgraduate and research scholars in the activities organized by Entrepreneurship Cell IIT Kharagpur. And therefore, I feel that yes, Entrepreneurship Cell is taking steps to improve the participation of postgraduate and research scholars.
Garvit,
Still wrong. We had two follow-ups.
Garvit, since you have mentioned that you did an intern at Bloom Ventures, I hope that you are completely aware of the working of Bloom Ventures. So I want to ask you this question. Can you tell me the number of venture capitals with their names which are a part of Draper Venture Network, of which one is Bloom Ventures? The number and the names of the venture capitals which are a part of the Draper Venture Network.
Sir, during my intern at Bloom Ventures, I was interning under the principal, our Miss Avantika Vora, and I was working on a founder behavior model. And I stuck to that and tried to bring out concrete developments out of it. I was there for 2 months and I have not been a member of the organization to know everything about Bloom Ventures.
You don't listen. Correct? So basically you are saying that again knowing about which Draper Venture Network Bloom Ventures is a part of is not relevant to your candidature, correct? This is what you are saying. For the 5th time now. This was the 5th time that knowing about Bloom Ventures being a part of Draper Venture Network, this is not your responsibility to know after you have done an intern at Bloom Ventures, because this is not relevant to your candidature.
What is relevant to my candidature is that I worked on a founder behavior model at Bloom Ventures, and it brought about a lot of positive results regarding the potential investment opportunities for that firm, and that is what I am here to explain for.
Are you aware of the non-science courses which are in the institute like education or law? And are you...
I cannot hear your question.
Please be silent. Please be silent. Lokesh, let her ask the question. She asked the question.
Garvit, are you aware of the non-science courses which are there in institute like law or SSS, and are you aware of the specific requirements for their placement, and what are you thinking of doing for them?
Ma'am, the placements of Rajiv Gandhi School of Intellectual Property Law as well as Vinod Gupta School of Management are handled by independent bodies. And if elected as the Vice President of Technology Students in Ghana, I plan to form a communication link between the two so that effective placements can take place in all the 3 spheres.
Are you aware of the fact that Rajiv Gandhi School may have a link with Central Treatment Cell? Are you aware of the fact, and how are you saying that they don't have a link?
Let me complete my answer. I have communicated with Miss Pavitra, who is the student head of the committee of Vinod Gupta School of Management, regarding acting as a communication link between Vinod Gupta School of Management and Career Development Center if elected, which will help boost the placements in all the 3 spheres.
Whom you contacted in Rajiv Gandhi? Whom you contacted in Rajiv Gandhi School of Intellectual Property Law for the same? Did you contact anybody?
And I have contacted student members from there as well, and I have written transcript of that, and I can provide you that after my statement. statement of purpose. No more.
Garvit, can you please tell what are the drawbacks of current constitution of Gymkhana and when was it last amended?
So can you please repeat your question?
Garvit, can you please mention some of the drawbacks of constitution of Gymkhana and when was it last amended?
The Constitution of Technology Students in Ghana was last amended on March 17, 1993 by Professor Yashpal Singh. A few drawbacks of the Constitution would be that it has been not revised officially for the past few years and a few important posts have not been mentioned in it. But according to my discussion with the current Vice President Mr. Vishal Kumar Singh, it has been raised in the Senate and it has been proposed to revise the Constitution, which has been a brilliant effort on the part of the administration and the current Vice President currently. Garvit.
We'll go with two more questions, just two more questions.
Garvit, you mentioned that you participated with the team Diligence in Hull and you are also part of entrepreneurship cell in which there is a competition by the name Empresario which has a social track. So tell me this, if you have participated in Hull, why did you not participate in Empresario Hull? Is this because you do not trust your organization enough or is this because the portfolio ahead of competition was enough?
Sir, I'd like to say that I did not participate in the competition Empresario because it is held on the second day of Global Entrepreneurship Summit 2019 and I am the finance and logistics head and I am responsible for coordinating between the various portfolios and the events that happened during the summit. It is not about the integrity of the organization but about the justification and the quality with which we try to execute all the events that come under us.
Garvit, I have followed. I have myself participated in Empresario and let me be clear, it is not necessary for each and every team member to be present at the venue on the second day. If you were busy organizing Global Entrepreneurship Summit, your teammates could have gone to Kolkata to present your presentation.
But I believe all the team members of Diligence are equally important and whenever we try to propose a project, we try to do it together as a team.
Garvit, one last question. We go with one last question.
What's your proposal?
I would like to ask one question. Yes, you can. I would like to ask. Listen, it's very much clear. Listen, panelists, you can ask multiple questions. It's upon the candidate to decide whom he wants to answer. That's simple. I'm going to ask one question only. I would like to ask.
Your organization boasts about professionalism. Still, your LinkedIn profile is not updated. It still states in your bio that you are a second-year member at Entrepreneurship Cell. How did you allow that to happen?
Sir, I'd like to request you to check my LinkedIn profile.
No, it is not. I have a printout. Do you want to see the printout?
And you can see the profile right now. It is mentioned that I am a third year agriculture student. And other than that, I do not know.
Please let him complete the answer.
Sir, my LinkedIn profile is active for everyone to see and everyone can check. Other than that, I did not know that you were stalking all my media profiles. And if there are any,
Let him answer.
I'll work on them after the completion of my statement of purpose.
We are not going with any more questions. We close this. Thank you, Garvit. You can take your seat.
Thank you for listening to me so patiently.
Please read your proposals.
If elected as the Vice President, Technology Students in Ghana, I plan to take IT Kharagpur to a higher locus by proposing the following. Proposal 1 has 4 subsections. Introduction of CDC Skill Development Workshop to equip the students with basic technical skills of data analytics and software development in order to improve the placement statistics. Introduction of departmental academic committees. This will be formed consisting of student and staff members to suggest companies for placement of students from all departments. Entrepreneurial summers to give an opportunity to students to pursue startup ideas in summers as a part of the compulsory internship. Alternate career group as a group of students who want to pursue non-conventional career choices. The second proposal, Empower KGB, has 5 subsections. Introduction of a grievance portal. A one-stop solution to register any complaints inside the campus to relevant office bearers. by spreading awareness for the same and including more student members in the internal complaints committee. Transparent KGP to give an opportunity to the students to view the budget of Gymkhana and how it is allocated to various societies and clubs. Inter-IT Alumni Fund to increase the budget of Inter-IT through the help of the rich alumni base of IIT Kharagpur. The third proposal aims at improving the infrastructure and services of IIT Kharagpur. The first subsection consists of e-stands which will strategically locate e-rickshaws equipped with stationery and food vending machines. The second subsection comprises of introducing Kolkata bus service to introduce to and fro bus services from IIT Kharagpur campus to Kolkata airport. The third subsection comprises of the construction of bicycle park sheds to construct sheds along the cycle tracks to ensure convenience during rainfall and other climatic conditions. The fourth proposal aims at uplifting the postgraduate and research scholars of the institute. The first subsection is the annual research expo, which will be an annual showcase of the exemplary research done at IIT Kharagpur. The second subsection is to increase the research scholar representation in the executive council by introducing a post research scholar extracurricular activities. The third subsection is the introduction of interdepartmental lab slots to create availability of lab equipment of other departments to avoid delay in research. And the last subsection is the flexible placement option to ensure that research scholars can sit for the upcoming placements after the completion of their thesis as well.
Okay, Garvit.
Fine, we can start with the questions.
According to your second proposal, what are the financial powers of Vice President?
Please be silent. Please be silent. Please be silent. Please, Lokesh.
Garvit, what are the financial powers of Vice President?
So the Vice President of Technology Student Gymkhana is the financial signatory of Springfest and Shidich, along with the Honorary Treasurer and President of Technology Student Gymkhana.
Okay, Garvit.
Garvit, regarding a proposal of Empower KGP, you have a subsection where you are revamping Internal Complaints Committee. I believe if you have done enough groundwork, you would be knowing this. Just tell me the name and also tell me what was her view. Who is the current head of the Women's Cell which is working with Internal Complaints Committee, and what was her view on this proposal?
Sir, I have also interacted with the current women representation.
Not representative, who is the head of the Women's Cell which was founded in 2001, which is working along with the Internal Complaints Committee.
Sir, regarding this proposal, I have contacted Professor Jyotsna Datta Majumdar and Professor Shavani Tarafdar, who are the executive head of the Internal Complaints Committee, and they have the final say in introducing or adding any members to this. Other than that, I have contacted a lot of female members inside the campus, through which I feel that it is required to raise the awareness of the Internal Complaints Committee.
So Garvit, I have a follow-up to this. First of all, I will tell you, there is a women's cell headed by Professor Rintu Banerjee of the Department of Agriculture Engineering, which looks after any women molestation, female molestation issues that happen in campus, which is also working with the Internal Complaints Committee. And since you didn't even know the name, it is very clear that you have not even met the head of women's cell, so you do not have any view of how the women's cell can contribute to such matters.
I have a follow-up.
I'd like to comment on the statement that you have just passed. I am aware that a women's cell exists, and it also had a meeting with the director recently to discuss the same affairs, and I have contacted the head, and they've also said that this would be a great initiative.
Garvit,
I don't even know the name of the head. How are you saying that you contacted the head? Please don't lie on this public platform. Please accept that you did not contact the women's cell head. How have you contacted the head if you don't even know the name? Just before this, I asked you the name of the head. You didn't know the name, and you're telling that you contacted the head.
I meant the head of Internal Complaints Committee, which is Professor Jyotsna Datta Majumdar, and I'm saying that I'm aware of the women's cell, which had a meeting with the director recently to discuss the same.
Garvit, I have a follow-up. Garvit, moving on to your proposal.
Let's follow. Okay,
Garvit,
fine.
moving on to your proposal of Kolkata bus service that you have said. Right, so you have analyzed the Facebook group KGP Travel, right, and created data points well enough. So I just want a solution for a situation that suppose only 10 students get converted to go to Kolkata airport. What will you do in that case?
Sir, the way I have planned this proposal is that at the end of the examinations, this placement or this portal will be active much before the end of the examinations. and we'll take a feedback from all the students as to when they are leaving, and accordingly the slots will be arranged for the Kolkata bus shuttle service.
Okay, so in that feedback, very well, very well. In that feedback, suppose there is a chance of a situation arising when suppose 15th of May, right, where only final year students are present in the campus. So only 10, 12 students want to go to the Kolkata airport. In that case, this bus service will be functioning or not? I want to know this.
Sir, I have discussed this entire issue with the transport section as to what needs to be done when the number of students visiting or leaving the campus is less, and we have to come up with an optimized solution so that we can serve as many members of the student community as possible. In that case, the bus service will not run, and we try to ensure that the break-even point is reached in terms of the resources that are being employed by the transport section.
Okay, I have a question now. In this proposal number 2, Empower KVP, under student grievance portal, you have mentioned a dashboard which shows the performances of the office bearers hailing from different phases of student life. So first of all, I want to ask which office bearers are you talking about? And if you're talking about both Gymkhana and hall office bearers, how many hall office bearers have you talked to before putting it in this proposal? And what are the what is your criteria for judging these office bearers? The way they talk, or I mean they're hiking what? What are those concrete points?
Ma'am, I'd like to say that to form this portal and to conceptualize it, the most important thing has been the feedback taken from the students of the various communities. And it has been a common grievance raised that at times, although the post bearers want to solve the queries, they are not able to, and some of the queries go ignored. In this portal,
Have you had a word with the office bearers?
Yes, ma'am, I have had a word with the entire hall council of Radhakrishna Hall residents, and they are all supportive of this idea. Please let me complete my answer. And there will be a tab in this particular grievance portal which will show the number of pending complaints against every post bearer. So, and it will be live for everyone to see, which puts responsibility and added pressure on everybody to complete their duties on time and solve the grievances of each and every member of the student community.
Do you really think that talking about hall of bearers, representative of all the halls of residents, and have you had a word with even any other select member or anybody else before putting this in the proposal? And who have you talked with? There has been no groundwork showing that. You just shown that only you talked to Vaibhav Patani, and that too there is no email attached.
I'd like to stick to the first part of the question first. The most important part in framing this proposal is the feedback from the students and not the hall or the Gymkhana post bearers, because it is their grievances that need to be addressed. Secondly, regarding the groundwork, I have the entire portal developed and I can provide you with the link to see a demo version of it.
No,
Garvit, you are
We have two more questions.
You are talking about complete redressal for the student community only. You are talking about the redressal for the student bearers only. Do you have any suggestions? How could you do this?
This is a yes or no question. It is just a very simple question. You were given 5 to 6 days to again check your proposals and correct its mistakes. Yes or no? Just a yes or no answer.
Yes, sir.
Okay, follow up. Under the departmental academic committees, you have mentioned the full form of CDC as Career Development Cell. Do you even know the full form of CDC? That DP is the placement committee member sitting in the panel.
Okay, sir. The full form of CDC is Career Development Center. And instead of pointing out grammatical errors, I'd like to ask you and request you to take an insight into the proposals which they have been framed and to see how they are serving the student community.
Alright, Garvit.
Okay, Garvit. Question we can follow up. Second follow up.
After this follow-up, just one more question. Just one more question after this follow-up.
Garvit, I believe this is not a grammatical error. In fact, you have named an important body of the campus wrongly. Don't you think you should be taking responsibility of this mistake instead of pointing out the panelists about their way of asking these questions?
Yes, sir. I am saying that I have written the full form wrongly, and it is Career Development Center, and I take full responsibility for it. But at the very same time, I'd also like to say that it is more important to ask questions regarding the proposals and the insights with which they have been framed.
Okay, Alright, Garvit. In your proposal, you have said that you will be making shades on the cycle path. So my simple question is, during the construction, are you planning to close the cycle path and use the
roads which are there, what is your plan regarding the time of construction?
So the construction of the cycle path is going to take, of the sheds over the cycle path is going to take time, and I have discussed this with the civil construction and maintenance section, and I have also prepared a rough estimate of the budget for it.
I am not asking that. I am not asking that. Why are you not listening to the question?
I have listened to the question. Please let me complete my answer. In that case, the construction work will be done on weekends and on the days where the roads are not heavily occupied, and in the vacations, just like in the case where the various stadiums and the complexes are constructed for inter-IT culture meet, because they are also daily used for the purposes, but they have also been successfully constructed, and the same procedure will be used for the construction of these sheds as well.
No more questions, no more questions. We close. Thank you, Garvit. Now we have one. Sit down, please. Sit down.
Thank you for listening to my proposal so patiently.
We have one question from our media body.